Margalo arrives bright and early, determined to get a decent meal in tonight. Within a couple of minutes, Tilly arrives. But instead of arguing over the food, she simply climbs over the kibble and settles down at the other side of the food dish. That's not exactly normal behaviour for either of them. It's not long before Tilly seems to tire of the arrangement and climbs out again to stretch her legs. But there is still no sign of the usual huffing and puffing over who should eat first. In fact, it looks like Tilly may have eaten all she wants. But instead of heading for the gate, she squeezes back in and settles down, exactly where she was before. After a couple of minutes of communal feeding, she squeezes out and sets off towards the food hut. Her sudden reappearance seems to startle Margalo, and she makes a break for it, shortly followed by Tilly, who seems almost apologetic. A couple of hours later, Piglet wanders in and starts to tidy up the mess the girls have left on the patio. When he eventually arrives at the food hut, he turns to discover Margalo heading for the food shelter. But when she spots him and runs off, Piglet simply turns and walks away. I wonder if he's feeling all right. After a while, Big Daddy arrives. Apart from a fleeting glance of Angel, Big Daddy is the only one of our new hogs that has really returned to the garden. But then he hasn't got far to go, as he has taken up residence in the nester box he was released in a few nights ago. Most rescues recommend an access hole roughly 13 centimetres square to allow hedgehogs to get into your garden. Although ideal, Big Daddy clearly demonstrates that even the more roly-poly hedgehogs are capable of squeezing under something considerably lower. Squeezing under too small a gap, however, can result in pop-off syndrome, where the skirt that allows the hog to curl up pops out of place and requires a trip to the vets to put it right. But rather than going around the outside, Big Daddy seems happy to squeeze back under to eat at the kibble dish. When Tilly returns later, she finds Piglets already there. This situation usually results in some frantic circling from Piglet and some determined huffing and stamping from Tilly. But tonight, Piglet ignores her, and Tilly simply sidles past and tucks into the kibble. This sudden change in behaviour is most bizarre. It's as if all the hedgehogs have called a truce. I wonder if the onset of autumn and the need to fatten up for winter has brought with it a season of peace and goodwill to all hedgehogs. When Piglet finally wanders off in search of something else to eat, Tilly seizes the opportunity to come out from her hiding place, and her patience is rewarded with a slap-up meal all to herself. Really, Tilly.